Hello, my name is Jean Pierre, and I am going to be presenting the graphic design of the indie game Omori. I will be talking about how the art style in Omori and storytelling create an immersive experience. The game called Omori was created by an illustrator and VTuber known for a variety of works mentioning comics and personal art. His name is Omocat. He's known to have collaborations with Hololive, which is related kind of closely to other VTubers and idols. He teased the game Omori on October 13th, 2013, with a Kickstarter. It wasn't officially announced until a year later, on April 21st, when the Kickstarter went live. And funny enough, the trailer was also released with it, and that's when fans got their first glimpse of the game. Similar to Earthbound and Undertale in its genre, Mori is a indie slash RPG adventure game. Omori stands out as a prominent indie game, celebrated for its distinctive hand drawn art style and emotionally charged storytelling. These elements converge to craft an immersive experience that resonates deeply with players worldwide. The game's visual design blends charming 8 pixel art with expressive illustrations capturing the protagonist's complex emotional journey. The integration of various art styles include hand-drawn animations and digital photography. Not only does it enrich the game's aesthetic appeal, but it also amplifies its emotional depth. This fusion creates a dynamic contrast that enhances the narrative's impact and draws players further into the world of Omori. Within Omori, the line between reality and illusion is often blurred until you continuously play. The game's art style transitions from hand drawn sketches to digital photography, introducing unexpected design elements that deepen the player's engagement and immersion in the game's multifaceted world. So, talking about the unique art style and hand drawn um, aesthetic contrast, they completely stray from just regular pixel art because, as pixel art is in the game, it's not exactly just pixel art. These drawings are Omocat's personal drawings and designs, and it gives the game a lot more feeling with these personalized characters. While I talk about the characters as well, there is a use of actual photography that you can see that is put into certain cutscenes in the game, and it adds a surprising touch of realism to the game. As you can see on the left side, this pink haired character is drawn with kind of a realistic beam of light, but what looks to be like a photo of trees used as the background. There are other times, like in combat with bosses or specific enemies, that the game uses photography of real life things as a background. For the use of colors, black and white typically push into a more in your head type of feeling. Black and white is also often used in this game with the main character's conscious or thoughts. The pop of neon that you see in the middle of this photo and the pastel colors, they kind of symbolize the imagination and the quote unquote dream world, while the real world, like on this side, um, has more natural, realistic, like simple color palettes. So saying that, I mean like their hair is bright purple and the sky is like drawn diamonds and eyes and super sparkly and purple. The game employs a three-layered storytelling approach, intertwining the tangible real world with the abstract headspace and then a dream world representing the protagonist's inner thoughts and dreams. This narrative structure delves into complex themes such as trauma, depression, and guilt, offering players an immersive experience that reflects the intricacies of mental health. For instance, the depiction of a character's flushed face and beads of sweat coupled with the dialogue vividly conveys the intensity of their emotions. This allows the audience to deeply empathize with their experience, and emotions are a really big part of this game as they affect the outcome of the battles you have with enemies. Here you see white space, you see the real world, and you see headspace, which the ones on the left and the right are completely imaginary, and this is the real world. And as you can see the color differences. Stepping back into the personal drawings and designs, as you can see, this isn't just normal 8-bit. It looks like there's photography thrown into the mix, and then they pixelize it and use it as a background, which is really interesting. All three of these are from the game. Um, the emotions go as shown on this cute illustration, seemingly drawn on what looks like a grid paper with colored pencil, which is really adorable. Um, you can see that sad is strong against happy, happy is strong against angry, and angry is strong against sad. And then underneath, you can see their weaknesses. Um, these emotions grow more intense as the game goes on, and you get hit with more emotion moves. So, for example, let's say you get hit with sad, like OMORI here. If you were to get hit with sad again, it would make you depressed. And if you would get hit with sad again, it would make you even more depressed. Not to mention, when you get hit with sad, your defense goes up, but your speed drops. When you get happy, your speed goes up, your luck goes up, and your hit rate drops. And when you get angry, your defense goes down, but your attack goes up. Not only can you control each character and manipulate their emotions according to the power cycle, but your enemies can also manipulate your emotions and their own. Based on the relationship of the characters, you can also do team attacks, like team coordinated attacks that work based off of the small blue bar on this battle screen. It's really cool to see this because each character has their own specific interactions, and there is a small drawn animation when you do choose to use your skill points on that. Engaging puzzles further enhance player interaction in this game, making the journey both challenging and emotionally resonant. Later on, you start to unravel the theory and the story and what goes on in the quote unquote real world of the main character as you continue to play the game. When I played the game, things slowly started making sense to me, and it was really interesting to piece everything together. But player choices do play a pivotal role in shaping the narrative in this game, so leading to multiple endings, they vary based off of decisions made throughout the game, based off of the player's decisions. This branching storyline not only deepens immersion, but also increases replayability, as players can explore different outcomes and perspectives. Each decision influences how the story unfolds, allowing for a personalized interpretation of the protagonist's emotional journey. I'm not sure if I'm correct when I say this, but I think there is about 7 endings in the game, and I believe that I got the first ending that everybody usually gets on their first playthrough, which is the true good ending. The synergy between the artwork and the narrative is striking, with the visuals and the language complementing each other seamlessly. In certain scenes, sometimes even without dialogue, the illustrations amplify the emotional depth of the story, intensifying the conveyed sentiments. As you can see on the bottom, there are bright colors. All the friends are together. it seems to be Christmas as everybody's wearing a Christmas sweater and they're all blushing, but also the normal colors and the warmth of the photo in the background, with which looks to be like a Christmas tree with a blur. It seems to bring positivity. That's the emotion that I gain from this, along with all the smiles. When you look at the top right, you can see nothing nothing but eyes and darkness as Omori has his hands over his ears, seeming to be very stressed or sad. And if you look at the photo on the left, I think that there is an emotion of uncertainty as the main character Omori is hugging Sunny, which is himself in real life. It seems like there is some comfort, but also some relief in a way. All of these photos, I believe, are taken from the in-game gallery, or cutscenes from the game. Um, Amori's fan base are a great number, and they never fail to talk about how much they love the game. Lots of them come up with theories, and their imagination leads to many different theories based on the game. There's also unofficial merch that is made by some of the fans. There's also a fan made wiki on Amori, and it has almost every single detail about the game imaginable, along with over 10,000 fan art and illustrations from the game itself. In the indie game scene, Omocat has influenced a handful of others, ranging from artists to game developers to even story makers. Omocat's personal struggles really have resonated with a lot of fans, particularly those of the Asian community, and have even sparked discussions about mental health and the importance of seeking help for mental health if you are struggling with something. These illustrations were made and posted in the forums on the Omori fan made wiki, which are really cute because normally somebody who doesn't look at the game or hasn't played the game would not understand these, but I do since I have played the game. Every character has their own specific personality, as I know why Basil, this character with the green hair, has a flower crown. I know why there's a picnic here. I know why he has a knife, why Kel has a ball, why Hero's cooking, while Aubrey has a hammer, things like that. These are also just keychains, I believe, that somebody made, which are really cute. Omori's unique style, design, and story overall combine so well together, creating a compelling storyline with the freedom to make decisions on your own accord. The symbolism is something that you would have to see for yourself. Playing the game and trying to get different endings is something that you would have to base off of your own morals and your own thoughts and decisions within the game. The heavy themes of trauma and mental health not only resonate with some of the fans, but always also bring awareness to them, thus creating a bond and a very respectable reputation for Omocat. I think it's good that this game touches on these topics because a lot of people feel as if they can't talk about these topics and they also resonate, and I think that further strengthens the community really, really well. Besides the really compelling storyline, I'm absolutely in love with the way the game was created, the soundtrack, the vibrance of the games, all the little jokes, and all the little secrets and all the little fights. Um, they really make this game what they are. And I don't call many games perfect, but I think this is a perfect game with a really, really interesting storyline and art. I think that if Omocat were to make another game, it would probably do almost as good, as the fan base is really, really big. But my rating for Omori would be a 9 out of 10. Um, the unique style is, sure, it's an indie game like Undertale and any other games, but I don't think Undertale was written based off of personal feelings. And also, there are some really dark twists in these games. That's a similarity to Undertale, that there's a really dark twist. But Undertale also just does not talk about serious problems. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but that's a reason that they are different as well. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed.